Melinda said, how do you start a conversation as a new leader when drama has been reinforced for so long with the previous leader without introducing tension off the bat? That is another great question, because it's a lot about the how. So instead of me coming and calling it drama and saying we've had this too long and we're going to change that and we're going to edit our stories, bam, you will bump into the ego quicker than quick. What you do is you start with your most willing, and you start this in a one-on-one process, and you just start to relieve suffering with the most willing. And you do that in a way, and I've tried to teach you to do this through my example, you do this in a way about not what you have to do, but what I have found helpful. So let's say that Ellie is one of my most willing, and she comes in for a one-on-one, and I know the history is this drama's been reinforced, and Ellie thinks she's helping, where she comes in and says, oh my gosh, I just really need to let you know there's, this is going on in the office, and there's another person, and Ellie would never do this on my team, but she gets into drama. As she's telling me the story, I just use a tool out in the open in front of her. I might use the Edit Your Story tool, where I just take a blank sheet of paper and I write, as she talks, I just listen for the facts, and I write right in front of her, big, on the paper, maybe 3 sentences of what I pulled out as the fact. And I say, I really appreciate you, and I acknowledge people's intent. It seems like you're trying to help. And one of the things I have found to be more helpful, and it's a technique I'll be working with all the team on, is something called editing your story. So I just, as you wrote, try to kind of write down the facts, and I just want to put those in front of you and see what your reaction is. If I really sort through what you told me and look at the facts, it seems like just these 3 things are completely true. How close am I? Does that resonate with you? Can you see what I did there? And how does that change what you were thinking the response would be? See, I started with my most willing one-on-one by sharing what's helped me and getting things visible and conscious right in front of them, and working through a tool together and really making it visible on paper so that we both can get it out beyond our ego in front of us and break that projection. And just start walking through how I tend to see how I've been in a place where was upsetting to me, and then I realized I was judging another, and make it true. You have to have done your own work to make it true. And I think that's a way that you can start working with your team. Don't start with group coaching, big edicts, we're going to clean up the drama around here. Start with some one-on-one, and then when you are in your group, you might act differently. If people are talking a lot about why it won't work, use negative brainstorming to say, gosh, you guys are coming up with some things I want to pay attention to, and so let's just make a list of all the reasons this won't work. And then let's analyze this together. What is the true probability? What is the true impact? Which of these things should we worry about more than others? And what do you guys think? Let's go around and talk about, given this is a big concern, what could we do to mitigate the risk of that? And I've done that just through conversation, but all of a sudden I have people working on how we can, not why we can't, in a meeting, and I've never called out drama. I've never mentioned the past and how you worked through this. I've never scared the crap out of you by saying we're going to change all of this. I have simply changed my behavior to bypass those egos and grab that natural state I talked about earlier and really put it into how we can.